Then we're gonna start with a cucumber. The first thing we're gonna do is just gonna cut off both ends. So we're just gonna cut that tip off, and then we're gonna cut however many, I'd say probably a quarter of the cucumber, we're gonna slice it. Probably about 10 cuts. And then when that's done, just kind of set it up by your tomatoes on your sheet tray there. We're gonna take the red onion, cut both ends off the red onion. Same thing with, cut both sides off. And then we're just gonna cut it in half, and then we're gonna take the peel off. We're only gonna need the 1/2, so everything else you can set to the side. Turn it sideways, and then you're gonna take your knife and don't forget the claw with your hand. We're gonna take the knife and we're gonna cut the onion on a bias, and we're just gonna slice it about 1/8 of an inch. You're just gonna push the knife through. So your onion's gonna look about like this, just sliced. Good. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take both the orange and the lemon. We're gonna juice them. So you're just gonna simply cut them in half. You're gonna take the fruit, and you're just gonna kind of push down and turn, and the juice will all fall through. We don't need a lot. We only need 1/8 of a cup of each, but go ahead and do both halves. All right. So then you're gonna dump your juice. You're just gonna, it's gonna be a little tricky because it's a little bigger, but you're gonna kind of strain it out so all none of the seeds get in there. You might spill a little bit. If you do, we have plenty in there, it's okay. And then when you get that cup, when you get your quarter cup, dump it in the bowl in front of you. And then a piece of garlic, you're gonna wanna press down it to soften it up a little bit. You can use your knife to do it or your fingers, whichever. And then we're gonna mince it, which is just a very, very small dice. Chop it up as small as you can. I usually cut it in half lengthwise, and then when the garlic is minced up, you can add it in with your citrus. So in the next part, we're gonna add the vinegar and the oil, which a basic vinaigrette ratio is 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar or acid. So in front of you, to the right in these bottles is your oil, and to the left we have some apple cider vinegar. Go ahead and dump that in. And so how earlier, or just a second ago, I said the 3 to 1 ratio. The reason, if you add it up, you could kind of see that with the quarter cup of the apple cider vinegar, we also, with the acids being the lemon and the orange, those also are into the equation with the apple cider vinegar. So the lemon juice, the orange juice, and the apple cider vinegar is the 1 part to the 3 parts of oil. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So the next part, we're gonna take our oil. All right, everybody got their oil dumped in their cup. Set that down in front of you. And then also in front of everybody, there's some Dijon mustard. 3 tablespoons, so 1 teaspoon of the Dijon mustard. Go ahead and we'll whisk that in. Yep. Honey, yep. We'll also add in the honey as well, and that's 2 teaspoons. And again, like Chef said, these will help bind it all together. Then after we get those, you have a sea salt grinder and a pepper grinder in front of you. You're just gonna give that 1 shake of each to taste. And then whisk that in as well. Then once we get that, now we're gonna add in the oil, and that's gonna be 1.5 cups of oil. The trick of the whole thing is you're gonna wanna add it in very slowly, and you're gonna wanna whisk nice and firm. Nice and slow like this, and hard whisk as you're going. And you're going to want to try to keep the bowl idle and not moving while you're doing it. And just whisk nice and hard, and it'll slowly start to form. Thanks, Chef. perfect amount. If they fill that up, there's still plenty for their salad.